Right now, there's a shorts format taking over the platform, videos that show a transparent human body, a full visible skeleton, walking you through things like what actually happens inside you when you drink an energy drink, or eat nothing but fast food for a week. And if you're not posting content like this in 2026, you're missing one of the easiest ways to grow a channel from absolutely nothing. New creators with zero experience are pulling millions of views on nearly every single upload, and it's exploding on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Take this account, for example. A few months ago, it had nothing. Today, almost everything it posts goes viral, and here's the crazy part. That same creator is now selling a course just to teach this one system, and so is this next one, charging real money for something you're about to get from me completely free. Now, I actually covered this niche once before, but today, I'm giving you the full updated version, better tools, a faster process, and 2 complete ways to build these videos, so you can pick whichever one actually fits you. In part 1, I'll show you a tool that does almost all of the heavy lifting for you, so you can go from nothing to a finished, high-quality short in just a few minutes. And in part 2, I'll show you how to get a similar result using only free AI tools, so it won't cost you a single dollar to get started. Now, with that being said, let's start with part 1, where the tool I'm about to show you handles nearly everything. No wasting time generating images, no struggling to piece together the right format, none of it. The tool I'm talking about is called 𝐓𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐤, and I've linked it in the description below, so go ahead and open it. Now to start off, scroll down where you will find a list of features that you can use, and then open the skeleton video feature, which is the one that we will be using. Now the first thing that you will find is the skeleton preset section, where you can choose how the skeleton looks. You can even describe your own look and create a custom skeleton based on the prompt that you enter. In my case, I will use the crystal glass template since it looks really clean. Now with that done, scroll down where you will find the format and language section. First, you need to select the aspect ratio for your video, which is 9:16. Next, in the duration setting below, you can adjust the length of your video. This is fully customizable, but I recommend setting the duration to 1 minute since it works really well for this type of format. Next, you can also select a language. English will be selected automatically, but feel free to choose any language that you like. Now, as for the quality, you will find 2 different quality settings. Here, I recommend selecting the normal setting since it uses fewer credits while still producing good results. Next, in the format section below, you will need to choose the format that you want your video to be based on, which is very important. Basically, you have 3 different formats that you can choose from. In my case, I will go with the what if format since it's becoming very popular right now. Now with that done, below that you will find a field where you need to enter a script for your video. Basically, here you can enter your own script or even write a short description and let the tool generate one for you. But an easier way to do it is to select a topic from the suggested topics above. Once you select one, it will automatically create a description for your video. So now that you have selected a video topic, all you have to do is click on the Generate Script button below. And just like that, the tool will create a full script for your video. As you can see, it will be written in a natural and engaging way, which is exactly what we need. Now with that done, scroll down until you reach the voiceover section, where you will need to select a voice for your voiceover. Basically here you will find a large list of voices that you can use. This step is totally up to you, so feel free to choose the voice that you like the most. In my case, I will use the Brian voice since I really like how it sounds. Now above that, you will find all of the voice tuning settings where you can adjust your voiceover. To be honest, you don't really need to change anything here, but depending on the style you're going for, you can experiment with the settings if you like. So now that you have selected a voice for your voiceover, scroll down a bit further until you find the generation path section. As you can see, here you have 2 different options to choose from. Make sure to select the complete video option, since it's the faster and more convenient workflow. With that out of the way, below that you will find the background music section, where you can select a background track for your video. Here you can find a large list of tracks that you can use. If you want, you can also import your own track and use it in your video, which is what I would personally do. But in my case, I won't select any music for now since we will handle that later in the process. Now the last thing that you need to do is scroll down until you find the caption style section, where you can select a caption style preset for your video. As you can see, you will find tons of different styles that you can use, and I'll leave this one up to you since you should choose the style that you like the most. So now that you have adjusted everything and all of the sections are filled out, click on the Create Video button, which will initiate the video creation process. Now this process might take a couple of minutes, and once it's done, as you can see, all of the scenes will be created automatically for you, including all of the other elements, which is really impressive. Now with that done, in case you want to replace some of the scenes, simply open the scene that you want to replace and then click on the Generate button below, which will open the image generation settings. Basically, here you can adjust the prompt and all of the settings. You will also find a large list of models that you can choose from, so it's very easy to customize your results. Now you can generate the image directly through here by using the same prompt. Once that's done, you can open the video creation feature right here, where you can also adjust everything from the prompt to the model that you want to use to generate the video. This is very simple to use, but I won't regenerate any of my scenes since, to be honest, all of them came out looking amazing, so there isn't really a need to change anything. Now with that out of the way, the next thing that you can adjust is the duration of each of your scenes, which can be very useful if some scenes don't match the voiceover. Next, above that, you can also edit the script for each scene in case you want to make any changes. Then you can regenerate the voiceover for that specific scene by clicking on the Regenerate button, which is very easy to use. Now with that out of the way, below that you will find more settings. First, you can adjust the volume of your video. I recommend leaving it as it is since the default volume of around 50% works really well. Next, below that you can also add a transition to your scene where you will find a few different transitions that you can use. Now this is totally up to you, but I recommend using the cut transition since it looks really clean. Now the last thing that you can do here is add a sound effect to your scene. By default, each scene will already include a sound effect, but if you want to change it, you will find a large library of sound effects that you can choose from. And you can also adjust the timing of those sound effects separately, which is very useful. Now basically that's pretty much it when it comes to scene customization and adjustments. But one important thing to note is that you can also add custom transitions between your scenes without opening each one manually, which can save you a lot of time. Now you can also add transition scenes between your existing scenes. Basically, it will automatically generate connecting frames between the first and last scene. All you need to do is enter a prompt and generate the scene, and it will be added automatically for you. You can even add completely new standard scenes in the same exact way, but to be honest, you probably won't need to do that, since in most cases all of your scenes will already be generated automatically and look really good. Now with that out of the way, let me show you a few more features that will help make your video look even better. To start off, open the caption section, where you will find a list of caption styles that you can use. Basically, you already selected a caption style before, but here you can adjust additional settings, such as the position of the captions, where you can choose exactly where you want the text to appear. You can also adjust the style of the text, where you can customize almost everything, but I will skip that step since it's not very important. Now the next thing that you can adjust is the voiceover. Here, you can adjust the narration volume, which I recommend leaving at 100%. You can also choose a different voice if you don't like how your current one turned out. This step is completely optional, and you probably won't need to do it if your voice already sounds good. Next, in the audio section, you will find the same music tracks that I showed you before. The only thing is that if you plan to upload your videos to YouTube, I recommend importing your own background track here just to be safe. Now in the sound section, you will find all of the sound effects that have been used throughout your video. You can add or remove sound effects directly from here. You can also adjust the volume of the effects, although I recommend keeping it below 75%. Now if you open the text section, you will be able to add additional text to your video. Everything here is fully customizable, but this is completely optional, so we don't need to spend any more time on it. Now the last and one of the most important sections is the thumbnail section, where you can adjust the thumbnail for your video. Basically, you can simply select a frame from your video and use it as your thumbnail, or you can upload your own custom thumbnail instead, but personally, I recommend selecting one of the frames that you can find right here. Next, above that, you will be able to adjust the text on your thumbnail, which is essentially the hook of your video. You can also change the font of the text, although this is completely optional, so feel free to choose whichever font you like the most. Next, you can also adjust the position of the text, where you will find 3 different options. Again, this step is completely optional. Below that, you can adjust the font size, rotation, color, and more, but I'll leave that up to you, so feel free to experiment with the settings. So now that you have adjusted everything, make sure to double check all of your settings, since you won't be able to change them after we finish this process. Now if everything looks good, click on the render button above where you will find the render method settings. Here I will use cloud render, but you can also use the free render in browser option instead. Next, you can adjust the export quality of your video, where as an example, I will choose the ultra quality option, although the full HD option also works really well. So now that you have selected everything and you're ready to continue, click on the render button, which will start the rendering process. And once it's finished, as you can see, your video will be fully complete. Now the last thing that you need to do is click on the download button above, and just like that, your video will be saved. So now that the entire video is ready, let's finally see how it turned out.
What happens if gravity flips every 10 seconds? You're standing on solid ground, then suddenly gravity reverses. You're instantly yanked into the air, crashing hard into the ceiling. Your entire body jolts painfully from the sudden, violent impact. Gravity flips again, leaving you weightless for a heartbeat. Then you plummet, smacking down hard onto the unforgiving floor. Your bones rattle from the impact, and pain shoots through your entire body. Gravity flips once more, throwing you around like a helpless rag doll. Your spine takes a brutal beating, leaving you disoriented and breathless. Gravity shifts again, spiraling you into an uncontrolled freefall. Wind rushes past you, your stomach drops, and you slam into the ground. Your vision blurs from the impact, leaving you feeling incredibly dizzy. Gravity flips again, launching you soaring through the vast open air. But the ground is coming fast, so you brace for an inevitable impact.
So now that I showed you how to create these high-performing shorts by using the first method, let's start with the second part of the video, where I will show you how to create high-performing shorts in the same niche, but this time by using only free AI tools. So make sure to watch closely. Now to start off, open the video resources, which you can find inside my free Telegram channel linked in the description below. Now once you are in, you will find the Video Creation Master, which you will need to copy from start to finish. Now with that done, we will use Claude to handle most of the heavy lifting, so go ahead and open it. Start by entering the master that you have just copied, and then click on the Generate button below, which will initiate the competitor research process. Basically, it will first ask you to import a bulk list of video titles from high-performing channels in the same niche. Now what you need to do is open a high-performing channel in the same niche, and then in the popular videos section, select as many rows as you can, just like I'm doing right here. Next, head back into Claude and paste everything that you have copied so far, which is really easy to do. Now with that out of the way, click on the Generate button below, and just like that, Claude will instantly provide you with a list of 5 video ideas based on formats that have performed well in this niche. And all of the ideas are completely unique and original, which is super important. So now that you have generated a list of video ideas, the next thing that you need to do is choose the idea that you like the most, and then enter the number of that idea into the prompt section below, so that Claude knows which one you have selected. Now with that done, click on the Generate button below, and just like that, Claude will provide you with a full character reference prompt that you will use to create a reference character for your video. So now that the character prompt is ready, copy it entirely from here, then open a new session in Flow and paste it into the prompt section below. Next, open the settings and make sure to select the 9:16 aspect ratio, which is very important. As for the rest of the settings, simply copy everything that I'm using right here, and you will be good to go. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below, and just like that, as you can see, we have created a character reference image that contains a clean skeleton body, which is exactly what we need. Now with that out of the way, head back into Claude, then tell it to continue and run the command. And just like that, Claude will provide you with a full list of text-to-image prompts that includes 1 main scene prompt and 11 B-roll prompts, which is exactly what we need. Now, although this might seem a little confusing at first, you will see why we created the prompts this way shortly. So now that everything is set, copy the first image prompt from the list, then head back into the same Flow session and paste it into the prompt section below. Now with that done, click on the plus button right here, where you will instantly find the character reference image that you created previously. Now all you need to do is add that image as a reference image for your prompt, since this step is very important if you want your images to come out looking clean and consistent. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button, and just like that, as you can see, we have created the opening image for our video, and in my opinion, the image came out looking amazing. Now with that out of the way, head back into Claude, but this time copy the prompt for the next scene, which is this prompt right here. Next, head back into Flow and paste the prompt into the prompt section below. Now just like before, open the reference settings and add the character reference image that you created as the reference for your new prompt. With that out of the way, click on the Generate button below, and just like that, we have created a brand new image that represents the next part of our video. And as you can see, it includes the same character, and the image looks really clean and professional. So now that you know how to generate the images, what you need to do is repeat the same exact process until you have used all of the prompts that you created. And just to save some time, I have already done that, and as you can see, all of my images came out looking amazing, and they are all fully consistent, which is exactly what we need. So now that you have created all of the images, the next thing that you need to do is head back into Claude, tell it to continue, and then run the command. And just like that, Claude will provide you with a list of animation prompts that you will use to animate all of your images, and the animation prompts will also match the image prompts that you have created previously. So now that you have prepared everything, the next thing that you need to do is head back into Flow, select the image for the first scene, and then click on the animation button, which will automatically place that image as the first frame of your video. Next, head back into Claude and copy the animation prompt for the first scene. Then head back into Flow and paste the prompt into the prompt section below. Now with that done, open the settings and make sure to copy all of the settings that I'm using right here so that you can get consistent results. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below, and just like that, you can see that we have animated the image for our first scene. The animation came out looking amazing and super clean. So now that you have animated the first image, scroll down a bit, then select the second image and click on the animation button, which will add the second image as the first frame. Next, head back into Claude and copy the animation prompt for the second scene. Then head back into Flow and paste the prompt into the prompt section below. Now with that out of the way, click on the Generate button. And just like that, we have now animated the second image, and as you can see, this one came out looking amazing as well. So now that you know how to animate all of the images, what you need to do is repeat the same exact process until you have used all of the animation prompts that you created. And once you are done, make sure to download all of the videos using the original size. And that's pretty much it. So now that you have created the visuals, head back into the same Claude session from before, then tell it to continue and run the command. And just like that, Claude will provide you with a full video script that is specifically based on all of the visuals that you have created so far. And we have actually created the script after the visual creation process so that it matches all of the scenes that you have already generated. So now that you have created the script, the next thing that you need to do is copy the entire script from start to finish and then head over into 11 Labs, which we will use to create the actual voiceover. Now once you are in, paste the script into the script section right here, making sure that you haven't added any additional text. Next, open the voice section on the right, where you will need to select a voice for your voiceover. Now this is completely up to you, so feel free to choose the voice that you like the most. And in my case, I will use the Liam voice since I like how it sounds. Next, open the model section below, and then select the 11 multilingual model, since that's the one that I always recommend using. As for the settings below, you can leave everything as it is, since they don't really matter for this workflow. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below, which will initiate the voiceover creation process. And once it's done, as you can see, the entire voiceover is now fully complete. Now the last thing that you need to do is download the voiceover by clicking on the download button on the right side, and that's pretty much it. So now that you have created all of the video elements, you are finally ready to start with the video editing stage, where I will show you how to edit the entire video from start to finish. Now for this step, we will use CapCut, so go ahead and open it. Once you are in, start by importing all of the assets that you have created so far, which are all of the videos and the voiceover. With that out of the way, start by placing the voiceover into the editing timeline below, where you will immediately notice these small gaps that you will need to remove. Now this is super simple, since all you need to do is place the playhead right where the gap starts, then cut the voiceover at that point and simply shorten the gap, just like I'm doing right here. Now this is very easy, since all you need to do is remove the larger gaps from your voiceover so that it sounds a bit fast-paced and cleaner. And as you can see, I have already done that, and now my voiceover doesn't include any large gaps, making it sound more natural and engaging. Now with that out of the way, the next thing that you need to do is select the video for the first scene and place it into the editing timeline below. Next, go through the voiceover and trim the video so that it matches its corresponding part of the voiceover. Now with that done, select the second video and place it right next to the first one. Then go through the voiceover again and, based on what's happening, trim the second video so that it matches its corresponding part of the voiceover. Now this should be very easy, since all you need to do is repeat the same exact process until you have added all of the videos that you created. And as you can see, I have already done that. And now all of my scenes match the voiceover perfectly, with each one timed to its corresponding position, which is exactly what we need. Now with that done, select all of the scenes above the voiceover, then open the audio section on the right side, and lower the volume of the scenes to around -15, so that they don't overpower your voiceover. And if you have scenes with lower volume, you can increase their volume separately so that they match the rest of your scenes. Now with that out of the way, the next thing that you need to do is open the text section above, then open the auto captions feature and click on the Generate button below, which will initiate the caption creation process. And once it's finished, as you can see, captions will be added throughout the entire video. However, they don't look very polished yet, so let's improve them. Now what you need to do is open the font section on the right side and select the font that you like the most. In my case, I will choose this one right here since it looks very clean. Next, in the preset styles section below, you will find a lot of different presets that you can use. Simply select the style that you like the most, which will instantly make your captions look much better. Now with that done, you can also scale up the text a little so that it's easier to read, but make sure not to overdo it. Now with that out of the way, open the animation section on the right side, then open the caption animations section, where you will find plenty of animations that you can use. All you need to do here is select the animation that you like the most. In my case, I will use this one right here since it looks really clean. And with that out of the way, you can now see that our captions look much cleaner and more engaging, instantly making the video look more polished. Now with the captions in place, if you notice any small gaps between them, simply extend the captions manually so that there isn't any space between them, which will help the text flow more smoothly. Now with that out of the way, the next thing that you need to do is select all of the assets above the voiceover, then right-click on any of them and create a compound clip, which will merge everything into one clean asset. Now with that done, open the animation section on the right side, then under Out Animations, make sure to select the Fade Out animation, which will make your video end much more smoothly. Now finally, if you want to add a background music, you can do that by opening the audio section above, where you will find a lot of tracks that you can use. This is very simple, since you can add a track directly from there. However, if you want to be on the safe side, I recommend importing your own music and adding it to your video instead. You can do the same for sound effects as well, but just so we don't spend any more time here, I will skip that. So now that your video is complete and everything is fully edited, click on the Export button above, which will open the export settings. Here, make sure to copy the exact same settings that I'm using, and you will be good to go. Now that everything is set, click on the Export button below, and just like that, your video will be saved. So now that the entire video is ready, let's finally see how it turned out.
You haven't slept in days. Here's what's really happening inside you. Hour 24. Your brain slows down. Thinking turns thick and cloudy. Hour 36. Micro-sleeps hit. Your mind shutting off for seconds. Your heart races irregularly, straining harder just to keep you upright. Hour 48. Hallucinations creep in. Your brain seeing things that aren't real. Cortisol floods your body. Stress hormones spiking to keep you conscious. Hour 60. Your immune system falters, leaving you defenseless against illness. Toxic proteins build up in your brain, unable to be cleared away. Hour 72. Coordination fails completely, your body forgetting how to balance. Your eyes give out, unable to stay open even for seconds. Hour 96. Your body reaches its absolute limit and starts shutting down. Sleep isn't optional. It's the only thing keeping your body alive.
So there you have it. Using nothing but free tools, this came out amazing. Now, quick side note before we wrap up. The tool we used in part 1 of this video is not just for what I showed you there. It actually works across a bunch of different niches, and it's genuinely optimized. So keep that in mind, because it opens up way more than just this one use case. Now that you've made it this far, you've got two choices. Follow everything I just showed you and start posting today, or close this out and keep wasting your time. I gave you two methods, right here for free. You don't have any excuses left. This niche is gaining traction right now, and it's up to you whether you actually make it work. Also, if this video helped you out, make sure to hit the like button and leave a comment below. And as always, keep pushing, and I'll see you in the next one.